Okay, so these are the questions. Now, first thing is what is how you get daily tasks, right? So this question, daily task means what? When we are a developer, right? Let me open another notepad. So for a developer, so when what is your role first? It could be either okay SN developer or SN admin, right? Everyone, yes, right now. Hello, you, hello, you are
Yes, sir.
huh.
Yes.
So when you are an admin or when you are a developer, how you get your daily work? Okay, so see, first of all, admin work, admin work is like mainly like in our system only. We will be having some ticketing process. Okay, even if you are ServiceNow admin,
Ah, yes, sir.
even if you are ServiceNow admin, ServiceNow developer, or a general support person also, there should be some ticketing process will be there. Ticketing tool will be there. Ticketing process will be there. Okay, let's say I have task. Okay, in my organization, anything to my queue, my group, we will receive either incidents or tasks. Okay, so how you get a work first? You will be getting your work either maybe if it is a development, if it is an admin part. Okay, you may receive an incident or you may receive a task or you may receive an email also. Okay, let's say user will directly send you a email to your group saying please add these 5 users to a group or please provide the role to this particular list of people. Okay, load these 10 people to test instance. So anyway you receive a work here. Okay, task or work if you are like admin, you may receive a ticket, you may receive an incident, you may receive an email also. Okay, or your lead will assign work to you. Okay, each team will have a leader. Okay, he may get some work, so he will assign directly to you via email or via oral also, right? Is that clear, ma? First thing, yes, no, please confirm.
Yes.
Huh. Now when it is development, okay, admin is general. Okay, but when it is a development, okay, even development also few companies will follow the same structure. Okay, they just give you one email. Okay, then you have to configure it, you can create an update set and all. But matured processes, mature process in the sense they will be having some process called agile methodology. Okay, or they will follow agile or scrum, both are referring same. Okay, or they may have some other tools like Jira. Okay, some tools, but the process is similar, methodology is similar, any tool, but this methodology is similar, where they will or kanban. Okay, so kanban is spelling wrong, kanban. Okay, let it be. So any methodology they will follow. When they following a methodology means they track the development work in a form of something. Okay, if it is maybe traditional ServiceNow terminology, it is story. Okay, that means someone, maybe your lead or your scrum master, okay, or a project manager, they will get the requirement from customers. Okay, and then they will create a story. Okay, they will create a story for you and they will assign the story to you. Something like story looks like this one. Okay, this is the story. Do you see here? The story is telling something. Yeah, right. Okay, these are all stories. Maybe story is also having some more methods like epics, themes, release and all. Okay, that and all not required for now. I will tell you. But a general story looks like this one. A story. Okay, what product? Maybe product is a high level thing. Okay, what he required. See here, there are few things: release, okay, sprint, epic, priority. maybe this is blocked, not blocked, nothing is required, this one. Okay, maybe assign to something will be there, assignment group assign to, where is that, assign to Charles. Okay, so see here, when they are giving a story to a developer, they will mention what this is for and what are the things needs to be done. So in this example, they are looking for some kind of SMS application configuration. Okay, they may attach the document, or they may attach maybe the description clearly, like create a business rule, create a application, create a notification. Okay, whoever creates the story, the Don here, Don, so Don would be a team lead, or he would be a scrum master, or he would be a senior person who knows about the requirement clearly, also who knows the technicality. Okay, let's say I am creating a story. Okay, I know the requirement. Okay, that is for a notification, so, or that is for a field validation. Okay, so when I create a story, na, I will give some description here, maybe short description is like a new field creation. Okay, and in description or a technical design maybe, okay, this is more like technical design for a developer. Okay, so I will create, like I will tell you, like on this table create a new field. Okay, apply a ACL to restrict the view access to particular role, or when the state changes to closed, make this one as mandatory. For that, create a UA policy or a client script. So I write everything, okay, in the business terminology as well as technical terminology to the developer, so that when he get the story, he go through it and he immediately can start developing the work. Okay, and there is one more important thing here in story is acceptance criteria. Acceptance criteria is like, when this is a requirement, when you develop it and give to me, so me here is customer. Okay, when you give to me what I look for from this story, so what customer is expecting, so what customer is expecting is acceptance criteria. Maybe here UAT people, when customer is testing UAT, na, they look for this one, they test this one, something. I given you requirement. Okay, when this is the requirement, what I am looking for, or what I am looking from this requirement, this is what the acceptance criteria. Okay, so the question here is how you get your daily tasks. Okay, the daily task for ServiceNow people is like, either it would be an admin job or it would be a development job. When it is an admin job, there would be a ticketing process, or there would be an email process or oral process also. Okay, maybe your lead will come and say, okay, do this one. I want a report to pull the last 1 year incidents of service desk team. Okay, it is coming from your lead. You should not say like, okay, I want an email, I want a ticket for this, I want a story for this. You have to do, right? So how you get your daily tasks, okay, how you are getting your daily tasks. So it could be any way, but this is to check, okay, how you are getting it. So what kind of process you are following it for your client. There is no standard answer for it, but you need to understand, like, how as a developer, as a admin, when you say you are ServiceNow admin, or when you are say you are ServiceNow developer, okay, how you are getting the work. This is what the expectation. You can give any answer, relevant answer, but you need to explain the process here. Okay, there is a ticket process, or there is a agile methodology where we follow something like this. Is that clear, ma, everyone? Yes, no, please confirm.
It's
Any
it's
questions
clear.
here?
No, no.
No. Okay, so now see, when it is a story, agile. Okay, agile is mainly for development jobs. When you are developing something, there are so many methodologies. Okay, agile, Kanban, Waterfall. I think we discussed it, na, some time back. What is the difference between Waterfall and agile? Did we discuss?
Yes, sir, no.
Okay, each one can follow any methodology. Okay, but whatever they follow, when it is a development, they have some standard steps. What are them? Okay, someone will get the requirement, so requirement gathering, okay, and story creation. Let's say this is the first one. Okay, as you are having less experience, 2 years 3 years experience, you don't be doing this job because you don't have that much maturity to understand the client requirement or framing a story. Framing a story is not a easy part here. You have to understand the business, understand the customer requirement exactly, convert one line requirement to 10 lines development requirements. They may tell you, okay, I want a new field. The meaning of new field is blocked. When it is blocked, checked, this should come, and also an email should send to someone, maybe a customer. Okay, this is just a oral requirement. Then the person who is creating the story should think, that should give the technical design in a way that create a dictionary entry on this table. Okay, two dictionary entry, one is blacked reason. Okay, and when the blacked is selected, make this one as mandatory for this use UA policy, and when it is checked, submitted, on instruction, create a business tool to send a email notification. So event creation, email notification, email content also. Okay, so the person who is creating the story should needs to think all of them. So he needs some maturity to create a story. So as you are all going with less experience, no, you no need to concentrate on this one. If someone asks you the question, okay, did you created a story? You can simply say no. I will be getting the stories from my Scrum Master or lead directly. Then we do the development and perform the development life cycle. Okay, this is fine now. Till this point, all clear? Please acknowledge, ma.
Yes, sir, no.
Now, see here, when we are discussing this one, what is the next step? Development. So, you got the story. Someone assigned to you, and then you do development. Okay. So, to do development, what you need? You need admin access. You all will be admins. Okay, and also what you also needs to create your update sets. You create an update set, fulfill all the requirement what is there in the story, and then what is the other thing you do? You also test it in dev instance. Okay, to make sure that everything is properly configured. Okay, then once this phase is done, what is the next step? Testing, right, or QA. So this would be traditionally our team testing. So in the development team only, okay, one or two people are there. They will be doing testing. Okay, so you move the state of the story from development to state equal to draft is there. Maybe you will be having development, work in progress, testing, QA, UAT. Okay, completed, ready for production, something. The state values will be different. Okay, so as you completed the development, you move the story to testing. Okay, and then from your team one guy will be tested, and once he is fine, then someone also will come and do UAT. So this UAT someone also, no, he is customer, right? So what customer is doing, this is called UAT, user acceptance testing. What internal developer, internal testers will do, that is internal testing, quality check. Okay, so here we have another question. Okay, so here UAT testing, what is UAT testing? UAT testing means user acceptance testing. Okay, so who will be doing that? Customer will be doing that, or client will be doing it. What he will be testing? Whatever his requirement is, he will be checking it. Where he will be testing? He will be testing in test instance. Even these two. Okay, so they will be testing in test instance. Okay, is that clear till this point? Till this point clear, ma? Please confirm.
Yes, sir.
Huh. Okay, so now here one more thing. When we are testing it, okay, next one is once the UAT is done, okay, completing means production rollout. We will move the update sets to, so here when it is development to test, we will move. Okay, once the UAT or testing is completed, then we will move the update set to production. Okay. Uh, okay. So now see, okay. So now here we have one more question here. The question is something like, okay, will you do any kind of, you have any templates? So testing is from developer side, testing is, okay, we don't concentrate on testing, but if you ask some testers who is a core tester, okay, they will be following some templates, okay, test case, positive results, negative results, okay. So what the template is meant for is, it meant to capture the results. Okay, you tested it. Okay, you logged into the test instance, you tested it, but where is the proof? You can't say like I tested. After 1 year, if I ask to show you, there would be no person. So they will be capturing in a form of a template. It could be any template. See here, this is a simple template where they have some maybe the customer name, and then the project name, details, who tested and all, and then test case number 1, test case. Okay, for this one, any is there any prereq? In order to test this, we need to log into the ServiceNow instance. That is the prereq. Okay, test steps, test data, expected results, positive results, negative results, and if they want to attach something, maybe they can also take a screenshot. So this is the manual testing, and also this is the simple example of template. Who asked this question? Is that clear? Yes, no, please confirm, quick.
Yeah.
Huh. Now coming to the second thing, okay, what is, so this is the answer. Will you use any kind of templates? Yes, we have some templates which we capture the testing in those templates, but testers will be maintaining it. Okay, you are a developer, maybe you don't do development, you don't do
సార్
testing.
మొత్తం మేమే సార్.
What ma?
అంటే ఇప్పుడు ప్రెసెంట్ వర్క్ చేసే ఆర్గనైజేషన్ లో మొత్తం మేమే చేసుకోవాలి సార్. అంటే డెవలప్మెంట్,
Development,
టెస్టింగ్
and
సేమ్.
then fine, you will be having some templates, and then you capture the results in those
యా
templates. Okay,
జస్ట్
now
2 days బ్యాకే టెంప్లెట్ మీద వర్క్ చేశాను సార్.
mhm. Okay, now there is another way. Okay, so you are here manually testing it. Okay, but is there a way from ServiceNow that you can execute the same kind of testing automatically? Okay, ServiceNow have one application called, okay, ATF, Automation Testing Framework. Okay, you can enable this plugin. Okay, and then you need to define the test, and you need to also define the results. Okay, here you have test case, and there are few things. Okay, test case, and then test suite. Okay, you can test it and all, right? So the next question someone had someone got is related to this one. Okay, are you using manual testing, or you are using any ATF thing? Maybe for you, just say no to this one, or if you can learn this ATF basically, then you can say yes, we use ATF. If you want to say yes, you need to learn and then say, because here also some scripting will be there, and you need to understand this one before you say yes. Better thing is you can say no. Is that clear, ma? Is that answered? This is what the question, right?
Yes, bro.
Hmm. Okay, coming back to the discussion. Okay, any questions here till this point? Any questions from anyone? No. Okay, so coming back to the discussion, so here development life cycle we completed. So now the next terminology, in story we have something called release. Okay, we follow release or sprint. That means, okay, so see, we will be maintaining some 2 weeks of time. Okay, so that means we may call this one as release, few people will call it as release, or they may call it as sprint also. It all depends on their usage and how they configure or they are following this. Okay, what does it means is, I got a story. Okay, so today I got the story. By when I need to complete this process? Okay, if I ask this question, the customer will say tomorrow, because he wants it as soon as possible, right? But if we ask this team leader, they will say, we have so much of work, maybe you can take your time. But when we see this one, when we see the statement, you can take your own time, means how long, right? So to avoid those customer expectations or to control our existing workload and all, what we do is we maintain the releases or sprint methods. That means, let's say, okay, every Friday, every second Friday you have a release. That means release 2 weeks. Okay, for each 2 weeks there would be one release. Okay, now let's say what is the current Friday? So current, okay, so let's say 28th. Okay, 28th is passed. Okay, then next release is what? 11th. So next release is 11th February. Okay, so 11th February is our next release. So now the lead assigned you, okay, 5 stories, and maybe he assigned 25 stories to all team members of 7 people. Okay, the expectation is all the stories will be aligned to the current release. The release is this one. So if you go to all these 25 stories, okay, this is your 5 stories, and total are 25. All these 25 stories will be attached to this release or sprint. You can call either, but follow one at least to understand easily. So release. So for 11th release, we have 25 stories. 7 people are working. So the expectation is we need to complete all these phases before Friday. On Friday, you move all these 25 story update sets to production, and when you are moving one story update sets, you immediately close that. So this way you organize your work. Okay, if you don't organize the work in this way, it is very difficult to control the customer as well as your internal workload. You can aram say complete these 5 stories and then get all these things done and then move to production on the last day, and then next release again 2 weeks plus 14, how much? 25th February. Okay, again he will come and say he will assign some 2 stories, 3 stories, then you will do. So from a developer point of view, okay, you don't care how many stories, how much business is coming. Okay, you only need, like, you are getting stories, you will work on them and you need to complete them in time. Okay, let's say you are 10 years experienced person, you are leading a team. For him, he needs to manage the inflow of the requirement and outflow of the stories. For him it is like more like managing. Okay, so he needs to prioritize it. If I have 50 stories, okay, for this coming 2 weeks, what are the priorities? He needs to prioritize and then assign it. If you don't prioritize, if he fail to prioritize, then customer will customer will come and say, I want this one, why you are delaying? So that is the next level, but for you it's not required. What is your requirement is like, you don't create stories first, okay, and you will be getting the stories from someone. It could be scrum master or a team lead. Then you will be following this development life cycle, and you will be making ready the stories for the last day of the release or a sprint. Then you will be moving it, or someone, maybe your senior people will be moving into production. You don't move update sets to production because it is very sensitive. They will review and send it, they will move it. Okay, if something goes wrong, na, they have to take care of it. Okay, if you are 2 to 5 years, maybe your job will end here. Okay, this one will be doing by some other senior people, but as a responsibility of your job, you will be you will be doing all these things as part of your day-to-day activities. This is completely development. But if it is admin, sorry, if it is admin, then you may do some other stuff also, adding users, removing users, adding roles, okay, report creation, okay. Maybe if someone have some issue, login issue, then checking them, checking the user profile, this all this other stuff. Right now, is that clear? So we covered story, we covered the development cycle, we covered the uh, ATF, okay, day-to-day activities. Now you can see what is your day-to-day activities. These are your day-to-day activities. Okay, nothing else. You are a developer, you do all this development work. If you are an admin, you do all admin. Okay, if you do both, you do this part, even this part. You support both. Also, see, not only this one. When as someone was telling here, when we are forming a team, when we are working a team, we will be doing many things. Okay, if like let's say I have 5 people. Okay, for one release, one will be the tester. So for that release, he will be doing only testing, or something like this, rotational and all. So it would be like all your, see, in order to move these stories to production, you can do anything, or you will do all those activities. Okay, sometimes you need to coordinate with customers also, chase them for UATs, because you didn't give the UAT sign off till Thursday. Friday is your release. Then you have to chase them, you have to ping them. Okay, they are available, but they don't know how to log into ServiceNow or how to open the form, how to check it. So you need to connect a call, okay, and then walk through the test cases, or you need to test it, and then they will monitor, and then finally they will say, yeah, I am fine. So all these things you will be doing as a team member or a part of team. It won't be like you will be doing only specific thing. It would be more activities also. But these are your day-to-day activities. Is that clear? Who are all asked this question? Is that clear, ma? Please confirm. Yeah, fine. So this next question is, what is your recent tasks and implementations? Okay. So this is more generic, ma. Okay, we can't say this. This is the only thing you have to tell. What is the expectation is they will say they want to test you. Okay. See, I asked this question to someone, okay, and he is not able to answer it. That means you don't know this process, you don't know. So you see, two ways to think about this question. One way is I asked this question to 2 people. Okay, when I asked the first person, he given like, okay, what is the recent task you did, and what are the implementation. So maybe I can say we run an agile methodology, we follow scrum process. So last scrum 2 weeks of time I did 5 stories, and these are the main requirements from that. Or maybe you can say I was part of change management implementation where we did these activities. So the answer is very clear. But if a person doesn't know the real time things, then what he will answer? If someone faced this question, okay, so the other person, second person, what is your recent tasks and what implementation you did? Either this question, either one of this question, okay. He will say I created some client script, I created some business rules. So you don't know the real time picture. So real time picture is like this: he may get a ticket, he may get a story, he may work on some development, so he knows, right? He can frame something. We developed something for incident management. I created 10 catalog items, okay, during last 2 months of time. One record producer attached this to an order guide. So something you can say. There are some few customizations in the incident form, okay, or some daily jobs, some periodic jobs to clean up activity. Something you can frame it, okay. But if you don't know the real time things, okay, the answer is like it won't come properly. That's what they look here. There is no direct answer for this one, but you can frame anything keeping this day to day flow. in your mind says we follow this one and I did recently this one. Is that clear? Yes, no? Is this clear, ma? Like whoever asked this question, you are fine? Did I answer that, or please confirm? Okay. So this is what the expectation from this particular question. Okay. Now the next question is also similar like this one. Okay. So what you recently did, or what is the complex activity you did, and how you troubleshooted and how you fixed it. See, there are two things, ma. Here in this from this question, there are two things they will expect. One thing is they want to test you whether you are really worked on it or not. Second thing is when you get some kind of a complex scenario, okay, when you are getting some kind of issues, how you troubleshoot it, or you got an issue, how you fixed it, how you get out of that situation. That's what they will expect. Okay, so now the same question here, also this question is also same. Okay, even this question also same. What does it mean is when you are getting some issue, or when you are what is the complex scenario? Okay, complex scenario maybe is anything. Okay, you get a requirement, you develop it, and in between it won't work properly, then you have to fix it, right? So anything you can take it. Okay, any example, maybe you can say I created a business rule to do this activity, but it didn't work somehow. Then I had to keep a log, or I need to check something activity and then fix it and all. You can cover it. So that's what they will expect. But main thing is when you get an issue, okay, where you see. Okay, so see here we have something called logs here. In ServiceNow we have logs. Okay, all the activities will be captured here. Okay, so this is where you can, okay, you can track. Okay, when you are running a script, you can keep some gs.log, okay, and then record something, and you can come here and see. Okay, so see here some warnings are there, something. This is one thing. Let's say troubleshooting. So let's say you got one issue. Okay, you got a customer where he is saying like emails are not triggering to me. Okay, so there is an incident created, but the customer is that particular user, and for her email is not came for that incident. Okay, it should come but it didn't come. Then how you troubleshoot? First thing is you go to email logs. Okay, let's say email logs. So let's see this one. I'll see here. I'll just create an incident, dummy incident for you. Okay, to show how the system will send an email. Okay, so see here customer, take a customer who have okay, email ID something like this, right? Right, so submit it. Just take this one. So the expectation here is when a ticket is created, okay, there is some default emails or configured emails also there. Okay, so they will be captured in email logs. So I should get a email here saying, okay, ticket is created to you. Okay, so this is the one. So now this person this person raised an incident to us saying I'm not receiving ServiceNow emails, even though tickets are creating for me or by me. Okay, I will show you one more email. Okay, see here, where is the incident? You are here, no incident, right? Where is the incident? This is the no, this is not required. 9.3. So 9.3, go to the 9.3. I'm showing multiple emails, ma. Okay, maybe I'll just show one more email on the same record. So see here, once the ticket is created, someone assigned this ticket to some group. Okay, who are responsible to handle this particular incident. Okay, and also they also attached assigned this ticket to one user from the group. Okay, there are no people. Huh? So two things are happening here. One is assigning to group, one other one is assigning to a member also. Okay, so the system intimate those two. Okay, this list of people from the group saying there is a ticket created to your group. That is one email. Other one is give us 2 minutes maybe. See here, it is assigned to you. There is an email saying the ticket is assigned to you. Okay, please look into it. That is one email we seen, and there should be one more, maybe where it is per group. Okay, then forget about it. So see, why I am telling is, from system side, when you see an issue saying email is not received, you can't go to his Outlook and then troubleshoot. First, your access is ServiceNow. Okay, so you open that record and see, okay, when it is created. So here in this particular record, na, you can have this one. See, system is telling in the incident record says it sent one email to this user, okay, on this date. So go to email log, check on the day, says whether you received or not, whether this person is received or not. Okay, now here it is there. Then we can say from ServiceNow side it is triggered on this date successfully. Now what could be the other issue? Maybe he have some issue. Okay, so people in generally I seen many, like they will say I am not receiving emails, but the emails will be going to their junk. Okay, they don't go to inbox, but somehow they are going to junk, and the particular customer don't know whether he is really receiving it or not. So that also we can suggest them. But from our side we can say, ServiceNow side, okay, emails are triggering, we are good. Please check your junk, or please check from Exchange side. Is there any issue with your email configuration? So they will check with the email team, Exchange team, and then they will see. See, depends on the issue we need to align. Okay, there is no standard answer for this one also, but what is the issue, and to that issue what you are checking. So see here what I am checking. So I am going to email. Okay, so maybe this is not the issue, but maybe some other thing is an issue. So you also go to this email log deeper, and then you can see, okay, which notification it is triggering, which event is triggering, and you can also see whether this event is calling properly or not from business rule or a server side script. So all these things you can see here. Okay, so start thinking from this way. It's not like a direct answer, but when you are seeing this kind of questions, the expectation is like these kind of answers. Right, Nama? It's not only email logs. Depends on the issue. Okay, you may see different types of answers. But when you are writing a code, server side code, you keep logs. Okay, gs.log. Okay, so using gs.log from business rules or from workflow, server side script, schedule jobs, fix script, background script, you enable some logging, and then you check the logging. Client side troubleshooting is very easy because you can keep alert. Okay, you can print the values, you can see the alert values, everything, right? But server side na, you only have one option, that is logs.
అన్న ఇప్పుడు gs.log gs.info వార్నింగ్స్ ఉంటాయి కదన్నా అవి ఓకే ట్రబుల్ షూట్ చేయాలి
Here it will come. Here it will come.
ఓకే
Okay, good na? All this answer is answered. This question is answered.
సిస్టమ్ లాగ్స్ లోని స్టోర్ అవుతాయి అన్న అన్ని వార్నింగ్స్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ కానీ లాగ్స్ కానీ
Yes, every log will store in the logs.
ఓకే ఓకే
Right, so all these answers, okay, 3 and 4, and these questions are answered, right? You are all good, confident now? Okay, so the next one is debugging your workflow. So what is the purpose of this question, ma? Whoever raised this question, can you please explain what is the expectation here? So when you created an RATM, Okay, when you say workflow means it is a task. Okay, request item and task, right? So just open one thing. Okay, SE underscore. What is the table name?
SC underscore REQ underscore item.
Very good. Okay, so you go here and you want to see the issue would be anything. So maybe some customer raised an issue. Okay, and sorry, not an issue but a request. He went to catalog item. He raised a request. Somehow it is not proceeding. Okay, so now how to troubleshoot? There would be anything. There would be so many things. But let's see this one. Okay, so oftenly I will tell. Maybe I can give one or two examples. One is like people generally raise a request, but the ticket will go to some approvers. Approver will be inactive or they will not be there in the system. They left the organization. So till the time they will approve the request, it will not proceed further. So what is the status of it? Nothing. Right? So that is an issue. Then what we can do? We can approve it or we can ask them to change the approvers or raise one more. Understanding it?
Listen.
Okay, this is one thing. Where is this related list? I am just looking for the related list. 1 second. Give me 1 second. Why I can't see all this one? Workflow, show workflow. Maybe they are hardware related. Give me 1 second. Okay, this is also somewhat fine. But here I should see show workflow, right? Where is that? Show workflow. Why show workflow is not showing? So in R18 there is something called show workflow. The answer is show workflow. But here it is not showing. I don't know why. Maybe we need to enable it. Give me 1 second. Workflow on RATM table, okay. It is not showing. Sorry. Okay, so this particular item doesn't have. These and all. Give me 1 second. Let me see. Created. Did I create it recently? The items that we see in there, they don't have the
వర్క్లో లేదేమో అన్నది.
it doesn't have workflow. That is the reason they are not showing. But we created few. No, this is maybe okay. So let me see this one. this doesn't have workflow. Okay, so see here, there is a catalog item and there is an RITM. This is a ticket. This is how you get the request. Okay, so they will come up and the requester will come up and the requester, a customer will come up and say, this one is not created a task, or it is not moved, it is not moving to next step. So what you do is, from administration side, you see the RITM, you see the workflow, show workflow. The show workflow will show you the current state of the workflow. I think when we were discussing workflow now, we walked through the each step, right? We opened one by one activity and then we see in the relevant thing, right? So
Yes,
you see where it got stuck, and also we see what is the issue. Sometimes they will come up and say, I raised a request, but it went to different queue. Why? Maybe there is a condition where this condition is moving to the next queue. Okay, so those things and all we can check using show workflow and then come back to them. Says this is what happened. Okay, and this is the reason it went to the next one. Okay, even in workflow run script also you can keep GS log if you are writing some server side script. Okay, that way you can debug it. It's all depends on the issue. Okay, so one customer says, okay, I'm raising a request from this form, and the ticket is going to this group. Okay, fine. I want a new group. So you take that as a request, create a story, capture it in an update set, change the group to some other group, and then move the changes to UAT and then get her tested, and then we will move to production. It could be a new requirement, right? You are understanding, ma?
yes.
Okay. Yes. And let's finish these simple questions. Okay, bigger questions maybe we can discuss later also. We will connect one more time. So admin override application menu role purpose. There is a role, okay, where you want to restrict the application module access. Okay, so using that role you can control it. So this is the role. Okay, so just go through this link, right? Admin override something, I seen it. Okay, you just go through this link now. Okay, it's a standard question only, it's not like, yeah, see, over admin, use admin roles to give the module level access to a role that is not authorized to see the application. Okay, for example, you just go through it. It's a simple one. Okay, you can go through it. The question maybe is like, generally, why this question comes is, the access when you give on module level, no? Let's say module level you give an ITIL. Sorry, application level you give an ITIL. Okay, and you didn't give anything to module. Automatically, all the ITIL people can see this one. But you want to restrict that module access to some other role specifically. Okay, then maybe you can use this option. Okay, so just go through this link once, and next question, let's take few simple questions now. Maybe I'll okay, write access to user but not read access, what could be the result? So when there is an ACL, okay, and the ACL is doing something called write access on a particular form or a field, and you don't have read access, so what would be the results? Okay, results would be he can't see that. Mm, okay, I'm not sure, I need to check this one. Okay, and type of change order, how to create a between variable and formatter, order execution priority for, and these and all questions I need to see. Okay, I'll do one thing, can we meet tomorrow same time, maybe 8 to 9? Okay, we can
Okay.
go through the rest of the questions. Also, I will send you one video for this update set. No, not update set, but upgrading.